welcome to my channel. This is Aleija's Angels in Ascension. If you've been here before, welcome back. If this is your first time, please come back again. Like this video, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'm saying that a bit prematurely. I just meant if you've never been here before, then subscribe if you like the video. That's what I really meant. But yes, today my topic is called, I think I'm gonna call this video Classes in Session. This is about some lesson. Everyone's on different timelines. So this is about a lesson that you've either learned recently or you're going through at the moment, and it's gonna be geared toward what is this lesson teaching you. That's what I think. Okay, now that I did that, I can let the windows down. If you know me, you know. Ooh, not that window. Too bright, too hot. If you know me, I be messing with the windows. Okay, y'all. First, we're gonna start. I'm like, I don't know what my mind's doing. Let's pick the piles. It's a pickle pile. Okay, first stone is a clear quartz. So pile number 1, you're gonna be clear quartz. And then pile number 2, you're gonna be tiger's eye. I'm like, can I get some sweet sunlight on this? Like, where the sun at? Where the sun? I'm so sorry. It's just not working out. But yeah, you heard it. Tiger's eye. Okay. Pile 1, let's get into it. So let's see what the guiding energy is. What is your supporting energy as you learn this lesson, or through the lesson you've already learned? Go ahead and apply it to yourself. Take what resonates and leave what does not. Okay, Spirit, tell me what is the guiding energy, the overall energy for this lesson for pile number 1, the clear quartz pile. Let's see. Pile number 1. Okay, too much. Guiding energy, supporting energy. Tell me about this lesson. What lesson are they learning? And I forgot to say this more, so like before I sat out the piles, but I'm saying now. I feel like this lesson is needed to help you transform and transition into the next period of your life, chapter in your life. Okay, take the 4 of Wands. So this could have been a lesson about success, accomplishment, achieving your milestones, or it could have been about traveling with your significant other, or traveling to your significant other, traveling to somebody that you care about. It doesn't have to be a significant other, it could be a friend. But you might have recently learned this lesson or going through this lesson. And it could be to teach you about partnerships, to teach you about relationships. It could be to teach you about traveling. Or it's just a lesson about reaching milestones. Because then you have this 6 of Wands. So that's a lot of wands. This also could be a lesson that you learned about being overburdened. Because the 6 and the 4 is giving me 10 of Wands, which is like being overwhelmed, needing to ask for help. But this could also just be a lesson about, with the 6 of Wands, it's a lesson about being recognized, a lesson about going where you're celebrated. It's a lesson about celebrating yourself. I feel like with the 4 of Wands, that's the energy about like reaching milestones, and milestones are different for everyone. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense. You have the Knight of Swords. So something about communication, learning how to communicate better so that you can reach your milestones, reach your goals. Yeah, and I was getting that 10 of Swords, 10 of Wands, getting that energy of like needing to ask for help, very overwhelmed. So maybe this is about you needing to like reach out for help. You have the Queen of Cups. Yeah, this might be you needing to be like more vulnerable with your emotions when you're like really going through it. When you're really like on this road to success, you know, the road to success can be very like overburdening, I don't know, overwhelming. You could have a lot to do, and then you have the 4 of Swords, which is like needing a break. Like maybe this is about you needing to communicate when you need to rest, when you're succeeding a lot or when you're trying to accomplish a lot. Like you can't just be go success 100,000% of the time. There's gonna be times you have to communicate and check in with yourself and be like, oh, like I need to rest, I need a break. The Hanged Man. Pisces energy, and that's giving me dreamy energy. And when I think of dreams, I think of sleep. So maybe it's like you're so concerned with, like, you know, growing your business that you don't make enough time to sleep and to reflect on things. Remember I said, like, I'm speaking in different tenses because some people are going to be learning this lesson right now, and some people have already learned this lesson and they might be listening out for the part for what is the point of it. Yeah, okay, hopefully that makes sense. Yeah, but the Hanged Man, you need more time to reflect. Like, this is all giving me reflective energy, and you do, if you pick this pile, you pick clear quartz, which is obviously, I think, very introspective and very reflective. But this is a lesson about building up your coins, building up your business. Then you have the 6 of Cups and the 8 of Swords. So it's like this energy, I feel like this lesson that, depending on your timeline, like where you're going through, this lesson is about still finding balance between, you know, being worried about success, but also, you know, cultivating that success, enjoying that success. Like, you can't just worry about success. You also have to enjoy your memories, like, and make memories of you, like, you know, getting the fruits of your labor. That's what I want to say. Like, enjoy the fruits of your labor. You can't just stress about how much you're going to succeed and about winning every single battle. It's like you have to celebrate your wins. Enjoy them. Like, I'm getting in very much a vacation energy. And I feel like that's how you make more ideas. Like, if you're just constantly go, go, go and you don't give yourself rest, you're not going to be able to cultivate, you know, ideas that keep you abundant. Like, you have to, this is very much giving like mental health days, just self-care. Definitely self-care. So maybe, like, in this oh, that was tragic. Maybe in this lesson you've learned, like, okay, like, when I succeed a lot, that's great. I love accomplishing my goals, but at the same time, like, I feel exhausted. I feel so tired. And it's like, I feel like the point of the lesson is to teach you, like, even when you're succeeding, you have to make time for breaks. Like I said, to enjoy your success. Okay, so many cards. So many cards fell. Dang. My cards really embarrassing me. Like, come on now, please. Don't play me like this. Don't do me like this. Okay, let's get some clarification, Spirit. For my pile number 1, like, why are we learning this lesson? Tell us about this lesson. Like, why are we learning this lesson? How is it helping them transform, go to a new chapter? How is this important? The Queen of Swords. Okay, so there's something about you setting boundaries. Yeah, setting boundaries on, like, what you are able to do and what you're not able to do. Like, what do you have the energy for, and, like, really, like, communicating those boundaries. Like, something, yeah, like, just communicating better. And you have the High Priestess. Like, you have a lot of Pisces energy. You could have Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces placements. But I feel like there's something about you having to really just know what you can and what you can't do when you need a break, even when you're succeeding, even when it feels like everybody wants you to be there and everybody wants you to do something. It's like, do you have that energy really to do that, is what's the more important thing. I'm like, is it cool enough I could let this down? Because that first time, okay, yeah, this is fine. That first time, that sun just burnt my face up real bad. But yeah, something about knowing when to set your boundaries, like knowing when to set your limits, like, of just, I can do this and I can't. And I feel like this rest, you have the Emperor, so it's like, and this is clarifying the Four of Swords. It's like I'm hearing like even the boss needs a break. Like even the boss needs a day off. And then you have this card, which I consider one of the best cards in the deck. You are a badass being full of life, love, and possibilities. Through this deck, may you find a path to your best self. And that's exactly kind of what I was gonna say with this Emperor. It's like you have to take a break so that your Emperor energy can rest, and like it gets stronger when you rest because you have more time to like I said, do that reflection and figure out like what your boundaries are, what you are able to do, what you can't do. And it's also a time where like you could study more about the things that you want to do, the things that you're pursuing, and like how to dominate those things, how to be a really good leader in those things. I think you're gonna also get a lot of downloads, just a lot of ideas, like when you do rest. And when you don't rest, you're taking that ability away from yourself. So that's why you're learning this lesson, because you're learning that when you don't rest, you take away ideas from yourself, you take away opportunities for yourself to like reflect on what you're doing. Maybe it becomes kind of like a going through the motions type situation where you're not really taking the time to, like I keep saying, reflect. The Five of Pentacles. Yeah, reflect on, I feel like you need time to see things from a higher perspective with this Hangman and this Five of Pentacles about things that you've lost. Because the Five of Pentacles could be talking about like people who left your life, or like feeling left out in the cold by someone, or vice versa, like maybe somebody felt left out in the cold by you. It doesn't always have to be people, it could just be ideas. But also the Five of Pentacles is about like for some people it can be about financial difficulties or changes in your financial means, and it's like you need to reflect on why that's happening. And then you got the Four of Wands at the bottom of the deck again. So some of you guys might be learning a lesson that you need to travel more, or it's just something that you maybe learned a lesson about, some type of traveling, because the Four of Wands is heavy traveling energy. And then you have the Lovers. So for some of you guys, this could be traveling with family members, traveling with your significant other. And then you have the Knight of Wands. So I feel like this is about like overly, like impulsively committing to things quickly, committing to doing things with people quickly. And then like maybe you reflect on it later and you don't really have the energy to do those things that you agreed to do. So maybe like that's why you're learning this lesson too, because it's like you got to learn how to not quickly just impulsively rush into things with people, rush in, whether that's like connections or trips or traveling. But also too, like the Lovers is like Gemini energy, so like I see it as being a very reflective energy. So this could really be talking about a lesson for you to rush into impulsively doing more self-care. You know, I don't know if you guys can see this. Yeah, impulsively doing more self-care, spending more time with yourself, relaxing, celebrating your accomplishments, and just reflection. Like I'm getting huge vibes on reflection. You guys might be seeing 1111 a lot, making a wish, something about a wish coming true, because that 1111's jumping out at me. And for some of you guys, this could have to do with like a twin flame connection. That's not everybody, or a romantic connection in general, because I'm seeing that 1111 and the Emperor's here, and the Emperor is always looking for the Empress. The Emperor is also known as the divine masculine, and the Empress is the divine feminine. Just some random things. If you don't know, now you know. If you didn't know, now you know. Okay, let me get this energy from a queen. What's going on with this lesson? Tell me about this lesson, Spirit. What does my pile number 1 need to know about this lesson? There's no way. I just heard Clumsy by Fergie. I think that's Fergie. It's like, you got me tripping, oh Yeah. Clumsy 'cause I'm falling in love. And I feel like, I don't know, I just heard that song because I keep dropping my cars. It's like, I can't help it, I can't help it, alright. Okay, Spirit. What message is important for this lesson here that my pal 1 is learning? Yeah, I feel like something else that's important about this lesson is the whole lesson is to like learn when to set boundaries and when to walk away from things, when to rest. And I feel like there might be certain things that you could have been doing, engaging in, that like it was time for you to leave, but since you weren't reflecting on what you were doing, you might have just been going through the motions, you might not have left it. So yeah, that's what this lesson is teaching you. Like how you can leave situations and get to success. Like how leaving certain situations, even though it's uncomfortable, might lead you to being more successful. Okay, then you have 27. I think it's pronounced etheric chords. I don't know. Number 27 breaks down to 9, and then you have the 9 of Pentacles here. So like there's something here. There's some important lesson that you're learning about looking at things from a different perspective, because that's what 9s represent. And that Hanged Man is obviously seeing things, they're looking at the world upside down. So different perspective, right? Okay, let's see what this is talking about. I know this is about cutting cords with people. Like you might have cords tied, spiritual cords tied to somebody, and you need to cut those off. Okay, it says, if it isn't wholehearted love, release it. Remember your worth. The energy cords binding you and someone you no longer wish to be attached to are strong. You must be willing to let go. Close your eyes. See divine swords of goddess love separating, loving light separating you and dissolving cords between you. You are both whole and healed. Just as you shower to cleanse the physical grime, there's also grime in the form of energy cords, also called karmic ribbons, emotional cords, or etheric cords. Spiritual maintenance is required. Declaration, I am worthy, compassionate, and whole. So this lesson is, I think, about really like cutting ties with people who might drain your energy. Yeah, and being like, why did I have to cut ties with those people? Oh, upon reflection, it's like I cut ties with those people because they were draining my energy. Okay, just leave that like that. Okay, let's get some advice for this spread. Spirit, what advice do you have for my pile number 1 for this spread? What advice do you have for this spread? What advice do you have for this spread, for this lesson? Yeah, the purpose is to just create stronger boundaries so that you can be a better leader, a better boss, so that you can have the most success. But it's like you gotta still like have your moments where you take breaks and where you rest. And I think those are the moments where you can figure out maybe who's draining your energy and get away from those connections. Okay, Spirit, let's get some advice here. What advice do you have for my group number 1? The Queen of Swords again and the Ace of Pentacles. So I feel like advice is that you'll start receiving a lot of receiving opportunities to grow when you establish your boundaries. Is the Hierophant. Okay, the Queen of Swords, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Hierophant. So I feel like it's like when you start asserting your boundaries more, you'll have more opportunities given to you to grow. But it's like you have to be really honest about like what it is that, you know, your boundaries are. With the Queen of Swords and the Hierophant, both of those energies are about speaking. Ew, I hate bugs, y'all, and a bug just flew in here. Ew. Okay. The Hierophant is about like connected to Taurus energy, so you can be a Taurus, but it's also connected to the throat chakra, and it's all about speaking your truth in situations. And the Queen of Swords is very transparent as well. That's something I wanted to mention about her. You could be an air sign, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. Okay, Spirit, go ahead and clarify this advice. What advice do you have for this lesson? Okay, tell me about the Queen of Swords, Spirit. The Seven of Swords. So I'm hearing speak up, like it's like you gotta speak up more. And I feel like there's like the Seven of Swords is all about like deceit and lies. And that being said, it's like everything always, all lies come to light eventually. Like all the truth finds its way out of the darkness. So it's like you have to be, I think you have to be more honest with yourself and more honest with others about, like I said, like your boundaries, like when you have the social battery and energy to do things. Because like I mentioned earlier, you might commit quickly to doing things with other people, but it's like really you need that time to yourself for self-care. Exactly, the moon. Just, I don't know, just all this water energy, like it's just heavy intuition of like, you know what you need to do and when you need to say it and how to be honest, how to be transparent. But it's like maybe you feel like, you know, people really like need you, they need your energy, they need help, and you got to be there for them. But it's like you also have to be there for yourself. And I feel like there might be like, because the moon also gives me like hidden feelings energy, and then the Seven of Swords I was talking about like lies, truth, deceit. So it's like you might feel like nervous to tell people the truth and set your boundaries when it comes to your energy, but in reality you have to just go with it. Like the moon is about being kind of scared, kind of anxious, but the power in it, like everything has a light and a dark, right? So the power in it, the light of the moon is like embracing the unknown, like not caring how people are going to react, what they're going to think, what they're going to say, how they're going to feel about it, and just trusting your intuition, like trusting yourself, like, oh, I know I don't have the energy for this, so I'm just gonna, you know, pass. Like I'm just gonna cut myself out, let myself out. Okay, Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles. Okay, all these cards keep jumping out by twos, and I want to take one at a time because it's kind of confusing when they do that. And it's like, then this card just came out by one and slipped into the car. Like, what's going on? It's two. Like, okay, one more time. You might be seeing 222, 22 minutes on the clock right now. Okay, Spirit, tell me about this Ace of Pentacles. Tell me about this opportunity. Tell me about this opportunity. What advice do you have for my pile number one? What advice do you have for pile one? The King of Wands. Yeah, you're gonna have more opportunities to do what you want. Like I was hearing in my head, do what you want. I'm like, why am I hearing that? It's because you're gonna have more opportunities to just do what you want. To focus on like the stuff you like. Yes, the Two of Cups. Focus on your own emotional happiness. Focus on feeling fulfilled. Maybe traveling alone, or you know, traveling with somebody who's, I don't know, a partner, because it is about partnership with the Ten of Cups. Significant other for some. But the King of Wands is like this very creative and passionate energy. So yeah, like when I say do what you want, I really mean that. Like really doing whatever you want. And I feel like it's doing something with the person that you love or friends that you're really close with. Like, and enjoying it more with the King of Wands. Like, you have the Five of Pentacles again. And then the World. Okay. So, advice. With that, the Five of Pentacles and the World, clarifying the Hierophant. I feel like there's going to be something very, like this is the ending, the closing of a cycle where you maybe hold back your truth more because you don't want to, you know, make people feel left out in the cold. You're just getting really honest, open with your energy. Like how, like I said, this is all about, seems like it's all about boundaries. Yeah, so I feel like your advice is just not to be scared to set those boundaries, not to be afraid, because like they're good for you and they're good for other people, and you'll really appreciate them once they're set in place. it might be kind of difficult at first and feel kind of weird and feel kind of bad, but overall I think that it's going to be like a whole new world, because whenever I see this world card, it's like there's a little baby there, so it's like literally a whole new world, like a whole new life. Okay, pile 1, that's your reading. I hope that you guys enjoyed it, and I hope that you guys come back and see me for the next reading. Comment, like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And yeah, I love you guys. Catch you in the next one. Bye. Hey, pile 2, if you chose Tiger's Eye, this is your pile. Okay. There's really like these little bugs flying in my car, and they're really ticking me off. Ugh. Okay. Overall energy with this lesson, class is in session. Okay, let's not do too much. I am gonna keep shuffling because that was in the last group. It didn't come out in the last group, but if it comes out again, I'll take it. But it was like bottom of the deck energy, so I'm like, let me just keep shuffling. Okay, but something I said in the first pile that I want to say in this pile is the whole point of this lesson I'm talking about is to cause like this shift and transition into your life from the messages that I was kind of like getting when I was trying to figure this message out. It was like it could be heavily about relationships and partnerships in your life, platonic, familial, romantic, and you got to apply it to, you know, your situation. Take what resonates and leave what does not. Okay, Spirit, let me get the overall guiding and supporting energy. Okay, the King of Wands. I tried to come out and it's out again, so we're taking it. Something about you doing what you want, you following your creative passions, and the Queen of Pentacles. You focusing heavily and being a great dominant leader while also looking fabulous with the King and Queen of Wands. Like, they both look very good. The King of Wands is very attractive. Okay, let's see. The Queen of Pentacles, that's about receiving. Like, she's done a lot of hard work and she now deserves... Oh, wow. These are super similar energies. I'm going to shuffle that again. She's done a lot of hard work and she really deserves the things that have come into her life. It could be monetary. It could be spiritual. Like, you know, just feeling very abundant. Feeling abundance and having this receiving energy with the Queen energy. So this is something about a lesson I think you've learned, or you're learning about balancing your feminine and masculine energy. Being able to go out and create opportunities for you to follow your dreams, follow your passions, your focuses, things that you're driven about. I don't know any other synonym for saying that, but also being in the energy where like you're ready to receive when good things do flow in and good things do happen. Like, not being so like expressive and direct with your masculine energy that you're not able to receive things. And then you have the 8 of Wands that came out first, so things could have been like moving very quickly, changing very quickly. You have the 6 of Swords, so you've learned a lesson, something about you learning how to move on from things. So maybe things happen really fast and they end really fast. And it's like you are learning to just accept it. And it's like, okay, like, because maybe like going out there and using your masculine energy makes you, you know, have opportunities, but maybe these opportunities come and go very quickly. So it's like you have to learn a lesson to be more patient with the Queen of Pentacles and like wait for things, like build on things, build on your ideas, and move on from things that happen quickly, that came in quickly. Don't be upset when like they end just as quickly as they began. I'm gonna bring a new energy. The Hanged Man just tried to come out. That's the second time Pisces energy's tried to come out. So you could have Pisces placements, but it's also like you seeing things from a higher perspective, you taking time to reflect on your actions, reflect on lessons that you've already learned about fast energy, about things happening quickly, shifts that happen quickly. Okay, Spirit, let me get 2 more. Okay, not at the same time. Let me get 2 more. 2 more energies. The Wheel of Fortune. So that automatically just makes me think of what I was just saying before, which is like, you have to be patient, because it's like with the Wheel of Fortune, you could be on the top, you could be on the bottom, and it's like you're just waiting for a shift to happen. Like, you could be the luckiest guy in the world one day, but then you could be the unluckiest guy in the world, like, you know, 2 weeks later, 3 weeks later. So the Wheel of Fortune is like believing that the things that you want and that you need are gonna come, and you don't have to rush them. The 8 of Cups. But it's like you have to be willing to let things go that aren't serving you. With the 8 of Cups, you have to be willing to let things go that you might be emotionally tied to, emotionally attached to. And in doing so, I think that's the only way to make the things you want come faster. Versus, like, I was talking about that masculine, feminine energy going out there and creating all these opportunities super fast. It's like, okay, great, you created this opportunity, but like, is it sustainable? Is it gonna last? Because the Queen of Pentacles is definitely a sustainable energy. And then you have the Queen of Cups on the bottom of the deck, the Fool card, and the Ace of Wands. So it's about you, like, this lesson is about taking on a new beginning with the Ace of Wands and the Fool card, Aries energy with the Fool. You could also be a Leo or a Sagittarius with this King of Wands energy, or you could be a Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo with the Queen of Pentacles energy, or you could be a water sign. Everybody's present right now. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. But this is about you taking on a new beginning, a new start, with this Ace of Wands, a new opportunity, and going in carefree, excited, and ready to like learn. The Fool, like, I'm taking a big jump, I'm taking a leap of faith, and I know that it's gonna work out. And then the Queen of Cups, I know it's gonna work out. Like, I'm following my heart, I'm following my intuition, I'm letting it lead the battle. So I feel like this is about letting your heart lead you to the money, lead you to the bag, lead you to sustainability. Like, you have to be passionate about something, but at the same time, you have to be patient with it. That's what I'm getting. Okay, let's dive a little deeper. With this energy. What lesson is being learned here, Spirit? Why are we learning this lesson? Why is my pile number 2 learning this lesson? Classes in session. Group number 2. Spirit, please tell me more about this energy. What is the pile number 2 learning, or what is the purpose of learning this lesson? What is the purpose of learning this lesson? How is this going to help them? Tell me more about this energy, the 10 of Swords. I feel like this is you're learning how not to worry about things that are happening quickly, or like some type of quick energy, like just learning how to not stress over it. Like, whether it's going in or going out, like the 3 of Wands, another leap of faith energy. This is about like really putting your faith into something and putting your actions behind it and just moving on after that. Like, not really worrying so much about how it's gonna go and just letting things happen. Like, making your decision, making your choice to follow through with whatever it is, and then being like, the rest is above me. Like the 4 of Cups. The 7 of Wands. I feel like there's this energy of like not wanting to have these shifts happen really fast. Not being ready to be patient and invest in something. Just wanting to make things happen really fast, really quickly. But I feel like you're learning this lesson, and like the purpose of learning this lesson is to just be more open to being patient and being open to like letting your guides pull the strings for you and make things happen for you when they need to happen, and letting go of this energy of having to do everything on your own and being really defensive and having to fight everybody off, kind of, because you are protected. You have energy that protects you, and it's like you have to, I feel like you kind of have to accept that, you know, even though you might be cool with what you got, you gotta, you know, be open to opportunities from spirit. But those opportunities aren't gonna happen super fast when you want them to happen. But when they do happen, don't miss out on them. Like, make the choice to invest in them and to take that leap of faith to make action toward these opportunities. Because, you know, realistically, you're not gonna know when the next time you'll get an opportunity from, you know, spirit will be again. Because they're all constantly, I feel like they're waiting for us to be ready so that we make the right choice. And then you have the Queen of Cups again at the bottom of the deck. So this is really like about just knowing and feeling when it's time for you to do something. And for some of you guys, it could be knowing when to walk away from something that's not serving you, walking away from like I feel like the path that is most successful is the path with least resistance. So you have to follow the path. Like, following the path of least resistance, though, can be very hard because you could be emotionally attached to some of the things. But it's like, it's not worth investing your energy in fighting all the time. Like, you should be like, you started the reading with the 8 of Wands, which is this free flowing energy, and then you have the 7 of Wands, which is like kind of like a more stuck energy, like a more I don't know, fighting energy. Like, it's not free flowing, it's very like, what's the word, like, I don't know, like precise, I don't know, like it's just less free flowing, less free. You get what I'm saying? Okay. Then you have the Queen of Cups, as I showed you. Then you have the 8 of Pentacles under that, and the Tower. So I feel like you're learning how to work under pressure, and also how to work in environments that are rapidly changing with the Tower. And for some of you guys, this is about you learning how to surrender, for sure. Like, that's for everybody, I think. To surrender to the lessons that you need to learn. Like, if you built something on unstable foundations, it eventually has to burn down. But this represents a very big change, a very big transition happening in life. It could be a transition that's happening in your work life, in your career, in school. I don't know, I'm getting like a very much a roll with the punches energy. Like, this is about how to roll with the punches. And just be patient and do what you want. Do what you want, do what you like, do what you're creative, like you're passionate about. But like, don't expect for it to just take off overnight, you know? Well, I'm gonna skip the queens. I'm gonna get a queen to get more into this energy about this lesson. But yeah, I feel like the whole point of this lesson is like, you've been learning how to be more patient with things that you're creative about, things that you're passionate about, things that you like want to see happen, things that you're good at leading, things that like you're, like I said, that you're passionate about. You want to create and build something. Like, it could be content, it could be fashion, it could be you're just building your career to go somewhere else. And it's like you're learning this lesson about taking the path of least resistance, about letting go of things that aren't serving you, about accepting opportunities to fight less, to be less defensive, by releasing positions that put you in those circumstances, if that makes sense. And I feel like it's gonna help you take more opportunities to grow and to build, which is what you want. And it's helping you just to surrender. Like I said, this is all about taking the path of least resistance. So it's helping you to surrender. so that you can just let the things that, you know, need to happen for you happen for you. It's like not taking full control over a situation, like just doing things intuitively. That queen, those literally double Queen of Cups energy, like that's crazy. Like it's like, you know, you need a new start or something, you know, you have to change something, but you don't know what exactly it is. And it's like you gotta open your mind up and be willing to receive like a download or an, you know, an intuitive idea about what that change needs to be. And most likely that change is letting go of something that you don't want to let go of. Something that you really care about, something that you're really fighting to keep in your life, but that thing that you're keeping is putting you on the path of most resistance. I don't know if I lost any more cards under my card, but we're just gonna pull. It's all good. It's all good. Okay, Spirit, give me a queen. Give me a queen for this lesson, for my pile number 2, for my group number 2. What queen wants to speak for them? What queen has advice for my group number 2? Oh, this is like menacing. Like I have been throwing these cards around today and I truly don't understand what's going on. Like I really don't get it. Okay, let me get a queen, Spirit, and then we're gonna do the closing messages. Give me the queen, Spirit. Tell me about this lesson. Okay. 15, wounded healer. 15 is the devil card in tarot. So something about, yes, I was talking about like the path of least resistance. Like the devil is giving me like this connected energy, and sometimes it's like an addiction energy. Like it's things that we overindulge in. Like it's about pleasure, but it's like when you overindulge in something, it becomes toxic, right? So this is definitely about something maybe that you've been overindulging in, because like I said, it's something that you're very connected to, and it's like you don't want to let go of that thing, but it's like that thing is most likely holding you back, because too much of a good thing is not a good thing. Okay, wounded healer, Sekhmet. But this energy is about like helping everybody else, I think, before you help yourself. That's what I think. Okay. Heal thyself. Everyone gets your best except for you. You are a healer among your tribe. Stop putting your needs last. When did you decide to become a martyr? Take a break. Wounded healers hold sadness, rage, fears of brokenness. Being a warrior wasn't a choice for our beloved foremothers. They did the best they could. But being a goddess warrior for us is knowing that we have the choice not to fight all the time. Come on. Come on, you have the choice not to fight all the time. You have the choice to take the path of least resistance. Deep dive questions. What are your swords, the weapons you use to fight, and what are your shields, the ways you defend yourself? Dare to lay the burdens down, along with your swords and shields. It is safe to put myself first. Nice. This is some energy. Yeah, this is some energy. Love it. Okay, let's get some advice, and that'll be the end of this reading. If you like this reading, please like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here with me. And I'm just saying these things because sometimes I jumble it up at the end of the reading. I feel less pressured right now to say it before the reading's actually over. But yeah, let me get the advice, and that'll be the end of this reading, you guys. I hope that you enjoyed it. Okay, let me get some advice here, Spirit, for this reading, for this spread, for this lesson. The 6 of Cups. The 7 of Wands. Again. And I have to say it now. I gotta show you this card, because I think I see, that's the 3rd 7 I seen. Yeah, good juju. So you have good luck. You are good luck. That's part of the message. I felt the need to bring it up. And 7 is also the number of divine intervention. But it's like, it's all like, it goes back to that Wheel of Fortune energy where it's like, you have to be patient with divine intervention. Like, you don't know when it's going to strike. You don't know when it's going to happen. But once it happens, it's like an abundance is awaiting you on the other side. But it took a lot of patience to get to that moment before that abundance came. The 7 of Wands, and what's last? What's Spirit? What advice do you have, Spirit? I'm hearing like, remember you don't, like that card just said, like literally remember that you don't have to fight. I'm gonna pull another energy. That was a Queen of Swords. So something about your boundaries. I want a new energy though. It's like, remember, think about the times where you weren't fighting, where you didn't have to fight for yourself. The 6 of Wands. Think about the times where you didn't have to fight, when you just were celebrated, when you were around people who celebrated you, people who appreciated you, people who recognized the good that you do, rather than you having to like constantly stick up for yourself and fight for yourself. Like, okay. Then you have the bottom of the deck energy of the Magician, the 3 of Wands again, and the 6 of Pentacles. So I feel like with that, it's like your advice is that you have all of the tools that you need to get to where you want to go, to accomplish things. But the thing that I feel like the key to that, the key to you actually manifesting and using your tools to get to where you want to go, is like you having this, you getting rid of things that don't give you reciprocation with the 6 of Pentacles. Things that events or people or circumstances that are breadcrumbing you, that aren't giving you what you really deserve, the wholeness of what you deserve. Like when you start having more reciprocation, I feel like you'll be more comfortable to make the jumps, the leaps with the 3 of Wands, to make these leaps of faith and invest more. Invest into the things that you want to succeed in, so that you can accomplish and reach your milestones with those things, whatever they are, because they're going to be individual for each of you guys. But it's like you have all the tools you need. I just feel like you have to make this choice. You have to make a decision that you really do want whatever it is I'm talking about, the thing that you're manifesting. You have to make the decision that you really want that, and the decision involves you taking the path of least resistance, which is also, it also means that you have to give something up in order to, you know, get what you want, because something that you are holding on to is not serving you, and that's why you can't get to where you want to go. These energies, these piles definitely have similar energies, but they're different. If you felt called to watch the first pile, definitely do that. Go ahead and do that if you like. Okay, the 6 of Cups. Spirit, tell me about the 6 of Cups. What advice do you have for this lesson for my pile number 2? There's no way. There's no way. Like, okay, it wasn't that bad, y'all. It wasn't that bad. I'm sick of stuff sliding down there. The 7 of Pentacles. When I was bringing up the 7s, this is literally the card I was talking about, when I was like, it goes back to the idea of like having to be patient for things. The 7 of Pentacles, like you plant your seeds, like you see she's got all this bread and she's getting ready to make it. Like all these buns in the oven. But yeah, it's like you gotta plant your seeds and you gotta wait for them to happen. Wait for them to grow, I mean. The divine intervention, which is the number 7, it's like, oh baby, trust. Trust and believe. If you plant them seeds, they will be dealt with in a good way. Like they're gonna be great, it's gonna be lovely, but it's like you have to trust your faith that it's gonna happen for you. And with the 6 of Cups, I wanna say like, remember the times where it did. Like I feel like there has been times where, you know, you've been in this position before and it's like you waited and it went well, or maybe you didn't wait and, you know, you didn't see it through. So it's like, I feel like the advice is not to do that again. Like you've already tried it one time and you didn't wait it out and it didn't work out for you, but You should, because when you do, you're going to be victorious. The Six of Wands. Is that the Six of Wands twice? Yeah. So for some of you guys, this is about like maybe working somewhere where you're not appreciated, and the advice is to remember when you did work somewhere where you were appreciated and how like fulfilling that was, and how people really appreciated you and celebrated you. Or maybe it's not work, maybe it's just, you know, your social group, you know, being in a more supportive social group. But that's your advice, to build, I think, connections and opportunities. Stay with the opportunities that are celebrating you and offering you a position where you could like plant your seeds, where you can invest. So I'm just saying, like, remember when you did it and it worked out for you? Like, the Six of Cups is like a sweet memory, like a childhood memory, like, or it could be about somebody you knew. Like maybe for some of you guys, like I said, this is about, like, it could be about connections with friends. So it could be about, you know, building a connection with somebody that really appreciates you and celebrates you. And maybe it's like, when I'm hearing that remember energy, it's about, oh, you're thinking about this person who that used to happen with. The World came out and I want new energy, so I'm not going to take it. But I feel like you're putting to rest, putting to bed this cycle of constantly like defending yourself. That's what the lesson's about. And more so like being in a more comfortable energy, familiar energy, where you're not like warning people off or something like that. And this could be with like family, or it could be with friends that you have already. Like I said, this could really be about like connections with people, maybe terminating certain current connections with people. Because you have the Three of Cups, which is about reuniting and partying and turning up and enjoying the company of family, friends, co-workers, etc. Like people that you're connected to. But your advice also could just be like not to, like, you know, not to fight with people, not to fight with like your family, your friends, your loved ones, like, and to be more in an embracive energy. The Empress, literally, be more in a nurturing energy. But I think also like what's important, I keep talking about like terminating relationships and stuff like that, because I'm saying like, you know, maybe it's not you don't do this with every person. You don't have that type of that fighting off energy, defensive energy with everybody. Maybe it's just certain people, and it's something about just removing yourself from that person's, I don't know, energy, so that you can have this more positive, embracive energy where you can, you know, be more nurturing, be caring, show that sweet side of yourself, and just enjoy yourself more rather than fighting everybody off. And that comes from being around people who celebrate you, people who appreciate you, and people who recognize you for being amazing and lovely. Okay, Spirit, let me get 2 more cards. Advice here for this spread, for this lesson. Is this the Three of Wands again? Okay, you might be seeing 333. Yeah, that's it. For some of you, maybe you're waiting to make a new friend, a new connection where this person celebrates you. And with the Three of Wands, I feel like, you know, it's coming. Like you're looking over like where you've already been, like the journey you've already been on with connections, friendships, relationships, whatever. And you're figuring out like, oh, like, okay, like where do I go next? Where do I go from here? And how to invest in those connections. Some of you guys might be long distance, because I'm seeing the Three of Wands a couple times. So there might just be somebody that you miss, that you're missing, that you're invested in right with already. And this person, you know, does celebrate you and does appreciate you. And maybe you just miss that person. It could be a Leo with Six of Wands here. Then you got the Moon card. But it also doesn't have to be romantic, but I'm just feeling like, you know, like you might just be missing somebody specific, because then you get the Moon here. These 2 people are connected, so I feel like that person misses you too. yeah, I also feel like, you know, with the Three of Wands and the moon, like I said, like there's the Three of Wands is like this energy of investing something of yours to, you know, get to eventually like the things you want, milestones, successes, stuff like that. I don't know what other words to use for that, but just to accomplish things. And then you have this victory energy, which is what we're clarifying right now, the Six of Wands. So it's like, you know, where, you know, like what it feels like to be celebrated, and those feelings are what you need to follow, because that's how you're going to win every time. That's how you're going to collect the blessings that come to you, is when you are around people who celebrate you and who appreciate you and who recognize you for being, like I said, lovely and amazing. And then the bottom of the deck energy, you have the Nine of Pentacles, the Hanged Man, and the Ace of Wands for the second time. So if you had any questions when you came into this reading, the answer is yes. But your advice about this lesson is make sure that you know, like, I don't know, this is giving me like a smell the roses vibe with the Nine of Pentacles. Like, you can have a lot of success and that's wonderful, but make sure that you enjoy that success. Enjoy the fruits of your labor, really reflect on how you got there, and like reflect on how it feels to be there and to be comfortable, to be independent, something like that. And then you have the Hanged One, Pisces energy, the Hanged Man. So yeah, that's why I was saying, like, reflect on what it's like to be in this position, what it's like to be comfortable. Maybe you're figuring out like how it feels to be comfortable, what that looks like for you. And then the Ace of Wands. So make sure that when you're asking for something that you want to, like, when you want something that you want to create and something that you're really passionate about, that you're also willing to invest something, to give something away, to take the leap of faith that it, you know, requires for you to build success, to build an empire. And I feel like it's like you got to think twice and you got to look twice with the Hanged One on what you're asking for before you ask for it, and what you want, so you can really know like what you're asking for, what you want it to look like. That's all I got for you guys. I hope that you guys love this reading, enjoyed this reading. I hope you guys join me for the next one. Is that all I have to say? Oh, like the video, comment, subscribe, share it with somebody. I love you guys. Bye.